I'd like to welcome everyone aboard. I'll be your driver to these following destinations. Our first stop will be South Bend, approximately 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll continue on to our meal break in Elkhart, Indiana, and that'll be approximately 8:15.
Pressure building, gotta get myself in gear. Where I'm going, destination seems unclear. Ask me where I see myself this time next year. I never answered that one well. I wanna pack my things and get up out of here. I wanna take my dog and get up out of here. I wanna take my love and get us out of here. I wanna change my life for good. Maybe this time I will stick to my plan A. Maybe I'll get off the grid and gone I'll stay. Feels like it might be time to elevate. I never do that very well. I wanna do some things I never did before. I wanna see the world and feel so much more. I wanna pack my things and get myself out of here. I wanna change my life for good. I wanna change my life for good. I wanna change my life for good. I wanna change my life for good.
You are not rocking with Boy Radio, the best in culture, the best from the world.
Secrets of sound, secrets of numbers,
And we putting it on wax.
secrets of
It's the
sound,
new style.
secrets of.
Spreaker, the voice of hip hop. You tune live with Boy Radio. I'm here live with a female vocalist, man, jazz artist Eliki. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Not too bad. Your name is very, very unique. It's of Greek origin, I believe.
It is actually. It was my father's nickname for me. My name is actually Elizabeth. I'm named after my grandmother's, and my father used to call me Eliki. There's this brand of olive oil, is extra virgin olive oil called Eliki olive oil, and he would sit me down next to it as a child. He would say Eliki, and it just became my nickname. So when he died, I actually changed my name to Eliki to remember him, which is really the meaning behind it.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's amazing because a lot of artists that I talk to, most of them are rappers or whatever, but they have names that they just pulled out of their ass. So you have a meaning behind yours, and it actually means something, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I always say if I wasn't an artist, my name would still be Eliki because my father really had such an impact in my life that I really wanted to do that so I would never forget him. Losing someone like that is very hard, but when you take extreme measures, you want to remember them. So that was my way of remembering him. Every single day someone says my name and I think of him,
Are you were born here in the States, correct?
I was, yeah. I was almost born in Greece, and
Okay.
I missed it, which I'm grateful for it, you know, because I can still be a dual citizen. But I was born and raised in Greektown in Chicago, and my father had a restaurant there. Met my mother, and then married her. Had my brother, and then I came shortly thereafter.
Okay. Cool. The first place I heard you on was Ski Beat's performance on Sway's show. How did you wind up actually being in the same place at the same time? Like, how did that happen?
I work with a lot of really great musicians in New York, and I happen to work with a horn player who plays trumpet. His name is Kusele Dendele, and he was doing some work with Ski Beat, and got wind that Ski needed a female vocalist last minute for his Twilight release party, and tested me out. I had to pretty much earn my way. I had to go in and do a few rehearsals for that, and then after that show, he called me back again. He called me back in, and that's how the Sway in the Morning happened. I didn't even really know what was happening. I thought he was like, oh, yeah, we're going to do an interview, and it turned out to be at Sirius with Sway, and I was like, wow, that's pretty incredible to be amongst that much talent, you know, and it's like a dream, you know, like you grow up watching MTV or seeing the videos, seeing how these different DJs handle themselves, and I've always admired Sway. Of course, I've always admired Ski Beats because I really feel that he bridged the gap between jazz and hip-hop using Dr. Lonnie Liston Smith's, you know, Garden of Paradise remixed into the Dead Presidents. You know, I mean, it was just a whole bunch of dreams coming true all at once for me personally, being someone who's always admired hip-hop and, you know, of course, jazz is my foundation, but that gap that bridges those two genres, you know, so that's how that happened, and I was just grateful to be in the mix, man. There was so much talent, so many young, upcoming MCs, C+, Rusty Bueller, of course, Dash and Wretch, you know, but I really admire C+ and Rusty Bueller, and what Ski's doing for underground hip-hop is pretty incredible. I mean, he's such a gifted producer who works with some of the top world-renowned musicians, Brady Watt on bass, you know, of course, Kusele, Harold, who's on the keys, Harold O'Neal. So, I mean, it's just, like, amazing to have moments like that as a vocalist.
Absolutely, man. I actually had a chance to meet Ski Beats on the Hip Hop Love tour last year.
Cool.
I didn't actually interview him, but we chopped it up because I also make beats, so I gave him a flash drive for my beats or whatever. He probably never listened to him, but it was definitely an interesting conversation. He's a cool cat, and I've looked up to him for years as far as his production is concerned, and I'm a big fan of jazz myself, so I definitely appreciate you know, the things that he's doing for hip hop and his musical his influences that he brings into his production.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to. He has balcony music is coming out soon, and the good thing about coming on is that last minute backup vocalist. Because I wasn't affiliated with Twilight other than coming in last minute as a backup vocalist, but having the opportunity to do that, he has used me now as a background as a background vocalist, and I got the opportunity to write like a hook or two on balcony music. So I'm really grateful for that. And I mean, yeah, he really loves music. I mean, even just hanging out with him for a minute too, like he could play the drums, he can play the keys a little bit. I mean, to have a producer who's that savvy and amazing and be around that kind of energy whenever I have the opportunity to be is just, you know, it's great. You know, I just feel so grateful to be able to, you know, put my gifts to good use around people who are also so incredible. It just makes you up your ante as an artist, you know.
What I like to do is I like to break down, you know, the artist's music because I find that I find the most information about an artist listening to their songs. So I listened to some of the songs you had on your website. The song that I heard, A Destination Unknown, you're talking about, you know, making a change and movement and pretty much changing your life. So my question to you is, did you actually make that change, or was that change like moving to New York or whatever?
Man, you know, I feel like I'm always growing. The change moving to New York for me happened in 2006.
Okay.
And, you know, being in your early 20s and moving to a new place is such a big move because I had no family out here. I came out here to pursue my acting. I got into an acting school, and I found myself just really working, you know, at my craft. And sometimes you get into a place like New York and there's, 8 million people in Manhattan in a day. And it's interesting to not lose yourself in that entropy. You know, there's so much energy going on. You got energy in the subways, you got energy on the concrete, you got energy on your block, you got energy in your building. And I lived in Harlem. I've always lived in Harlem. I've moved around periodically, but the majority of my time has been spent in Harlem. And I love it. I love the diversity. I love the people. I love how you can walk outside of your building and people say hola to you because they think you might be Spanish, or they speak to you in Polish because they think you might be Polish, or whatever it is that they might think that you are. I think that's mad cool that there's so many different people in one place at one time, vibing out, all in it together. But for me, destination is really about being present and breaking out of any habits that you have. It could be meant to be literal too. Like, I don't want to stay in New York. I want to go to Europe. Like, I want to change my life, you know. But just really, I feel as human beings, we always have a tendency to kind of stay in our habitual patterns. And for me, I just want to break out of that. And I find my songs to be affirmations. So I only try to really write about what I would pray about, or what I would see myself really wanting to change, or have a positive impact in the world or the universe, you know. And I feel that destination for me really came out of a transition. I had spent some time in LA. I was affiliated with a TV show. I can't really say which TV show it was, but let's just say it was in the vein of American Idol.
Oh, wow.
I just come out of that, and I feel that Destination was the first song that I wrote after I'd gotten out of that whole ordeal. And I was like, man, here I am. I'm not in LA. I'm no longer, there's no cameras around me. I'm here in my apartment. Damn, like, what do I need to do, you know? And I was like, I just need to change my life for good. You know, I want to change. I don't want to be here next year. I want to know what I'm going to do next year. And for me, it was just claiming that and taking that affirmation. And not even just for me, but for everybody who finds themselves in a rut, you know, it's just that reminder, like, you can change. You can really find whatever your destination is going to be. You know, it's very, very personal to each person. But for me, it's just, personally, I want to be able, you know, people ask you, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And in the song, I'm like, well, I don't answer that very well. And I want to be able to, you know. So it's a constant struggle with me.
Right, and that's what I was going to ask you, because I know one of your lyrics in the song, you say, where you see yourself this time next year. So, you know, where do you see yourself this time next year?
Oh, I see myself traveling. I see myself, I'm going to be releasing an album pretty soon. Through Reverb Nation, I was able to get a publishing deal. So I've been working on my first album, which is really exciting. And I see myself touring and just doing the music that I want to make, you know, and just taking it one step farther. And I'd really love to be at South by Southwest next year, a part of the Red Bull Academy. These are things that I really want to be a part of, or even going to Europe and doing a set, or possibly in South Africa. I have some affiliations there to doing deep soul house music. I see myself traveling and performing. That's what I see myself doing, and being respected for that, and having people buy my music.
Right.
You know, that's right. What I see myself.
That's what's up. You're amazing talent, and I hope that more people in the world get to see, you know, your talent, because a lot of times you have some of these underground acts with hip hop, and even, you know, with yourself with jazz and stuff like that, that don't necessarily get the shine that some of these less talented artists, you know, I'm not going to say any names, but some of these less talented artists do get. So, you know, I look forward to seeing how your career progresses for sure.
Thank you so much, and, you know, I really appreciate moments and opportunities like this and what you're doing for, as you say, shining the light on artists like myself. I really appreciate it. And, you know, I just want the world to know, and the people who listen to you, that there's so much music out there. You have to be a collector. You have to be a digger. You have to claim what kind of music you love, because we're out here and we're writing and bearing our souls, you know, and moments like this, the people like yourself are so important to the movement of music that's still underground, you know, so I appreciate that.
Oh, for sure. That's I do it.